Yo, yo, yo. Welcome, 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 welcome to the podcast. This is Big Reptile Talk, the place where we bring reptile keepers and people that ain't even really reptile keepers. If you have built your life around animals, I want to talk to you. Anyways, everybody in the chat, we see you. Let's look at some of the early comers. Morbid Statistic Balls. He's the reason I have big snakes. Watching him bring them to the ring. LMK Reptiles. Wow. Jake the Snake Roberts. I've been a fan my whole life. Paul Large Morse. Whoa, let's go. Will's Hella Heat. I met Jake when I was little. My mom's best friend was dating Big John and took us to see them in Cleveland. I got to meet a bunch of wrestlers from the 80s. Blue Zombies Morse. That's awesome, man. Um, so many people showing up in the early birds. I appreciate you. Of course, before we start, you know what we got to do. We got to pay those bills. This podcast is brought to you by Mile High Mutations. Awesome guy, produces super quality stuff. Check out his Instagram. Check out his Morph Market. Of course, I got to shout out my dog Eugene over at Morph Ambitions. Produces amazing snakes and also produces great cocoa mulch. So if you need a snake, you need some mulch, hit up my dog. Shout out to my guy Paul over at Large March Morse. Just doing incredible stuff, man. Not producing, but he's acquiring some amazing firepower. So you make sure you hit him up. Shout out to my guy Mike, man. Like Mike, what can I say about you, bro? You are over in Canada producing just quality snakes, man. Everybody needs a hog nose snake. So you make sure you hit up MKL Exotics, producing amazing stuff. Hey, Frost Critters, I can't say too much about you, man. You are an incredible supporter of the channel. You're a channel sponsor. You're not even in the United States. That speaks high volumes, man. Y'all make sure you go hit up his Instagram, hit up his Morph Market. Shout out to Mad River Serpents, man, and Rattery. Just a great guy. And not just that, he's producing high quality snakes. That's a beautiful snake. You make sure you hit him up. Man, my dog Marino, you already know Morse, man. Anybody will tell you I love the Exantic Morph. Exantic ball pythons have always been my favorite. So you make sure you hit up my dog Marino and tell him Derek sent you. Matt Yates, man. Much love to Matt Yates Reptile Company. I appreciate you for sponsoring the channel, man. Go check him out. He's producing super high quality stuff. And of course, ball and hand pythons, man. I feel like this brother here right here needs a lot more light shined on him, man. So check out his Instagram, check out his Morph Market. He's producing high quality snakes. And last but not least, King's Reptiles, man. I saved them for last because this is a husband and wife couple that produce amazing boas and ball pythons, high quality snakes, man. And they so humble and down to earth. So you make sure you hit them up. And of course, last but not least, shout out to Michaela's Farms, man. She is a honorary channel sponsor. So you make sure you go hit her up. Before we start, man, of course, shout out to all the early birds, man. My dog Balls of Fury in the building. Joshua Cooper, no way. This is going to be awesome. Yes way. He's here, man. Pixie Frog Nation in the building. I see you. Hey, don't go anywhere, man. Shout to Deranged Reptile Feedings, man. I see you, brother. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to have the man himself, Jake the Snake Roberts. And this is going to be one you don't want to miss.
Whoa. Big reptile talk. Yeah, we working. Big reptile talk. When it comes to talking about snakes, yeah, know that we got for them effect. Yeah, big reptile talk. Let's talk about reptiles. Yeah, big reptile talk. Let's talk about reptiles.
Yo, welcome to the podcast. This is Big Reptile Talk. We have a icon in the building, Jake the Snake Roberts. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great, man. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. Excited to have you here. Now, before we start this podcast, I got to tell you, I heard you walking around because we were backstage. I heard you walking around, and my first thought was, man, it sounds like there's a wrestler walking around in that room.
Well, yep, 275 pounds, man.
Now I got to start the podcast and ask you. Now I want to time travel. I want to go back to your first match. Do you remember your first match? And of course, your first match. You were nervous. What was going through your mind during your first match in the WWE?
Well, my first match in the WWE, I was nervous because I knew I had to get that damn snake out at the end of it because I bullshitted my way into that spot. And, they sent a guy up there with the reptiles and wanted me to pick one. I'm like, hey, just get one. I don't give a shit. He goes, well, you go ahead and pick it. I said, well, I pointed at it. He goes, you can pick it up. I said, well, you can too. So go ahead. You know, I had never picked up a snake until that night in the ring. That was my first time. But
Wow.
there's a funny thing that happens, man, when you walk out into that crowd. Your body changes from Aurelian Smith, my real name, and I become Jake the Snake Roberts. Now, Jake the Snake Roberts don't give a shit about nothing. He ain't scared of nothing. He don't give a flying fuck about who is here and who isn't here. And a snake ain't no problem. And that's what I went with, man. I just bullshitted my way through it, and I paid for it too, because I got bit several times, by some big pythons and especially this one reticulator, man. That son bitch tore my ass up. He was about a 16-footer, man, and he ripped my ass a new one, man. I remember coming home one day. The wife and I had been shopping, and the snakes were in my garage in a case. And as we drove up into the driveway, I look up and I see it, but it's too late. She's already pushing the button for the garage door. Somehow the snake had gotten out and wrapped himself around that coil that goes around the garage door
Oh my
at
goodness.
the top. And when she hit that button, that snake started getting ground up with that coil. You talk about a mad son of a bitch, man. It took me 2.5 hours to get that damn thing down.
I love it. I love it. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, it was horrible, brother.
Shout out to my animal house, man. I appreciate that super chat. We got a question in the chat. Will Teller, he said, he wants to know who was your snake handler for all your snakes?
Albert Killian. He's from Stamford, Connecticut. I believe he lives in Miami now.
Oh,
He's running a reptile farm down there.
awesome. LMK Reptile said, unreal. Jake the Roberts. Sorry, guys, I'm starstruck. Balls of Fury Python said, wrestling legend. Now let's get back to the podcast. Being on the road, being a wrestler, you're on the road constantly.
Yeah.
200-300 days out the year, you're on the road.
340 days a year, yeah.
340 days on the road. So now I gotta ask, give us a crazy road story that no one knows.
Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, boy. All right. This is a little bit rough around the edges, but go ahead. Undertaker and I were traveling together. And we were in Houston, Texas. We just finished the show. We're hot, sweaty. We want a couple of beers just to let our minds, chill down, let that rush go away. So we look up, and lo and behold, there's a place called the Gentleman's Club. Well, that must be for us. We're gentlemen. So we carried our asses in there, and no sooner than we walked in the door, the best looking girl in the whole place with these very large breasts. She's on main stage and she starts talking shit. She's like, I hate wrestling. Wrestling's a bunch of phony crap. Blah, 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 blah. You guys are fags. You guys are blah, 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 blah. Just kept going and going. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, we haven't said nothing to the bitch. And she's just yelling and screaming at us. Why don't y'all get out of here? We like real people, Jesus Christ, we're fixing to leave. Just give us one beer, And she just would not shut up. Well, it finally died down a little bit until somebody told her Jake the Snake was there. And then she really went off. Oh my God, this is a dream come true. Snakes in the house. The guy with the mechanical snake. I'm like, what? She goes, you don't fool me. I know that thing's mechanical. Y'all got a box in the back, and somebody steers it and tells it which way to go, and blah blah blah. And you're not fooling me. She said, if you had it here, I'd get up on stage with it because I know it's not real. The Undertaker's looking at me and he goes, "Go get that motherfucker." Well, it just so happened it wasn't a python. It was that king cobra.
Lucifer.
Yeah, well, I called lots of things. But anyway, I went out and got that 15-foot king cobra out, brought it in the bag, set it down. This girl, she just slung her hand right in there like there's nothing to it. And why that snake didn't bite her, I don't know. But she just dragged it out, and she's talking, and she's real animated with her hands. So she's jerking the snake around every which way but loose. The snake's head's flying around. And I'm like, man, something's going to happen soon. She gets up on stage and starts dancing with it, puts it around her neck, and she's just dancing. She lets go of it, dancing, dancing. All of a sudden, that head drew back and right on breast number one. The perfect nipple shot. Bit her right on the nipple, man, and would not let go. She's going around the pole, swinging around the pole, and the snake's hanging onto her boob and stretching her boob way out. It was the funniest shit you'd ever seen, man.
Man, dude, I wish I could have been on a roll with you guys.
No,
now,
it was too much.
Now, and I got a couple questions in the chat, but I'm gonna show this, man, because these pictures that I'm gonna pull up, they're iconic, man. So you came up in the era of the Undertaker. You came up in the era of Hulk Hogan. Like to be able to say Jake the Snake Roberts and the Undertaker, Randy Macho Man Savage. How does it feel to be a legend, and not just be a legend, but be surrounded by other legends?
Yeah, it was an awesome time, man. No doubt, it was probably the perfect time to be a wrestler. But Jake the Snake, that character, man, is held real high. Held real high. You ask people to name three wrestlers, and usually my name's going to be in there.
Right.
They'll say maybe Hogan, maybe Flair, but they'll always say Jake the Snake.
Right. Now that story you told that J Max said that guy that snake, the King Cobra, was a defamed. And I said, of course it probably was. It wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
He was devenomized, but he still had all his teeth.
Still had his teeth, but he was a venomoid.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Crazy story. Now, you probably told this to a lot of people, but take us back to your favorite match. You were in the business for years. What was the match that if you could redo it, what would you redo?
Man, I don't know that I'd redo any of them. Because they were just all perfect to me. Wrestling Ricky Steamboat was just a class of its own. Wrestling Andre the Giant. What the hell, I wrestled Andre the Giant for 6 months straight every night.
Andre the Giant?
Yeah, who the hell can do that? And I did it. And, I didn't hold my own. He beat the living shit out of me, but I still was in there. I answered the bell every time. So there's a lot of great stuff that happened with the Macho Man and with everybody, man.
I can't, man. Before we keep going, man, I know, and I won't keep you long. I know you're coughing a little bit, but you are an icon, man. Now I gotta have a little fun to give you a hot seat question.
All right.
Just to have a little fun, what's one thing you would tell Vince McMahon that you never told him?
Go fuck yourself.
That is hilarious. I'm weak. That's funny. That is hilarious. Now, you had a legendary career. Still do. You're still. I think you're with AEW, if I'm not mistaken. But you've had a legendary career. Now I want to have a little fun. This is another hot seat question. You got into wrestling. You're making money. Now you're making money. So just for shits and giggles, when you got your first check, what was that first thing you went out and said, you know what, I got money now. I'm getting it. I want that Ferrari. I want that. I want
No,
that.
no, we bought a house. Bought a house.
Okay. First thing, bought a house.
Yeah. Then there was a Corvette. There was a lot of travel. We went a lot of places. Went to Hawaii several times. Stayed a month at a time.
Baller stuff right there.
Yeah, that takes money.
I love that. I love that. Now, take us back to this, man. I want to play this, man. Because this was such an iconic match. Actually, I didn't have a picture, but I'm talking about the match with you and Randy Savage, where the snake bit Randy Savage.
Yeah.
How insane was that match? I know you still get asked about it to this day. Take us back to that match. What was going through your head during that match?
Well, excuse me. The thing was, it wasn't a match, it was a thing where I enticed him to come down to the ring, and then I jumped him, tied him in the ropes. But what was funny about it was before the match, before it ever happened, he come to my locker room and he's like, so tonight we're going to do this thing with the snake, right? Is that right, brother? I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it, man. He's like, are you absolutely sure that snake's been taken care of? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, are we absolutely fucking sure there's no venom in that snake? I'm like, well, fuck yeah, we're sure, man. We wouldn't do that bullshit. He goes, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. Crazier things have happened in the WWF than a snake not being devenomized. So maybe what we need to do is, and if you don't mind, and even if you do fucking mind, because you're going to do it, or we're going to have to fucking fight right now. I'm like, what? He said, let the snake bite you first. I'm like, are you fucking ribbing me? So I pulled up my pant leg and let the snake bite me on the leg. And as soon as he let go, Randy's like, now don't take no pills, don't take no venom extractors, don't take no antidotes, don't take no, I'm like, you're a fucking maniac, man. So he stood there and watched me for about 15 minutes, made sure I wasn't dying. Then he said, okay, we can do it. So
I love it, man. I love it. Shout out to GCG Casey, man. She said, so amazing to see you here, Jake. You're a legend.
Appreciate it.
Pixie Frog hit that like button. Kerwood let 75 laughing. LMK said perfect Randy Savage impersonation. I love it. Now I got to know your favorite, man. You've had a cobra, you had Burmese, you had so many snakes. Which one was your favorite snake?
Cobra.
The cobra?
Oh yeah, by far. Yeah, he was super cool, man. Super cool.
I love it. Now, we all know that you talked about this a lot before on your podcast, the blue pants. My question to you is, how do you think you were able to avoid getting the blue pants of death?
The baby blues?
Yeah.
I got them.
Did you?
Yeah, I got them.
I thought you didn't get them.
No, in 1996, I had the curse of the baby blues on, man.
Oh, yeah, and that's when you went to WCW, right?
No, when I went back to WWE.
Oh,
I had the top that had the baby blue colors in it. Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh man, I didn't know you got it.
They still couldn't take me down with it though. I still stood up.
I love it.
About 5 more minutes, bro.
Oh, it's because you're kind of coughing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you being Kerwood said, do you still have any of your snakes?
No, I can't stand them, man. I'm terrified of snakes.
I know because you said that in an interview. They kind of broke your body down a little bit, carrying those Burmese down to the ring every single day. Wears you down.
It killed me.
Now I gotta ask, being one of the old schoolers, did you get offended when people would say WWF instead of WWE? Do you get offended?
Give a flying fuck. I don't care what you call it. Just send me my check.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, you had, and I'll let you go because I know you said you're coughing a lot.
Yeah.
But you've been in the game for so many years. Can you give us
Yeah.
a crazy fan story, like somebody jumping the barricade to come run and see you?
Oh, the craziest one would have been in Dallas, Texas. I was wrestling Sting, and a guy stood up in the ninth row, reached in his jacket, and pulled out a pistol and started shooting at me. Yeah, he got 3 shots off. Missed
Oh
me.
my God,
Yeah, missed me. That's
that
about as
is
crazy as it gets.
somebody
I
pulled
got,
a pistol and started shooting at you.
yeah, yeah. I jumped my ass out of that ring, got underneath the ring, and hid.
That is insane. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
damn sure was.
Now, well, I'll ask you like 2 more questions. I'll let you go because, like I said, I know you're
Okay.
coughing a lot. But I gotta ask you, being in wrestling, I watched
Yeah.
Triple H. I watched Triple H talk about it. He said that he had a couple matches where somebody would go off script and they might miss a lane and kind of hurt Triple H. And he said
Oh yeah.
he actually smacked somebody back in real life. Like
Oh yeah.
if you messed up, I would smack you in real life.
Damn right.
Did,
Damn
did you
right.
did you ever have a match that somebody messed something up to where you
Fuck
actually
yeah.
really had to punish them in real life? So
Oh
like, I
yeah.
gotta
Hell yeah.
who? Which
Oh,
one?
Lanny Poffo won. Vader, another one. Oh, there were several guys, man. Shit.
Oh man, that is hilarious. I love it. I love it. Okay. Uh,
Sometimes you gotta light people up, man.
Okay, last question, because like I said, I know you're coughing, man. I
All
appreciate
right.
you for just even coming on, man. But I gotta ask because I read this in the blogs, man. Is it
All right.
true? Is it true that you went to, I want to say, WCW and you signed a contract for $3 million and
Yes.
they signed somebody named Bill
Bill
Watts
Watts, that
and
low
he
down, sorry motherfucking Bill Watts. Yeah.
and he restructures your contract to
He
where you
tore it
only got
up. Tore it up.
tore up $3 million.
Yeah, I had a $3 million contract and he tore it up and it was $1,000 a day.
Oh, I would have broke his legs.
I wanted to kill him. I wanted to kill that motherfucker.
Fuck you, Bill Watts. All
Yeah,
right,
no shit. Take care, bro.
Mr. Jake, I appreciate you being here. Even with you having COVID, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Thank you. I appreciate you. How insane is that, man? Jake the Snake Roberts. I wish I could have got a little longer with him, but he was able to come on with COVID. Maybe I could hit him up in like 3 or 4 months. But I had so many more questions. But how iconic is that to be able to get Jake the Snake Roberts on, and to get how iconic is that to be able to get Jake the Snake, hear some of his stories, hear him talk about the backstage with the Undertaker, backstage with Randy Macho Man Savage, being freaking shot at. He literally had a guy shoot at him. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Dope episode. Balls of Fury. I appreciate you. Balls to you. What's up, Gavin, man? Much love. Sorry that you didn't come in sooner, man, but he came on even with COVID, gave us a couple stories. Maybe I can get him on for a round 2, but such an insane chance to be able to talk to Jake the Snake Roberts. Until next time, man. Hey, everybody in the chat, thank you for showing up. Sorry it was so quick. I wanted to get an hour, but we were blessed with, I think, 25 minutes. Freaking awesome, man. Having a freaking WWE Hall of Famer that's he's around reptiles. He was around reptiles. And a lot of people, I don't know if y'all know this, but he hates snakes. And I get it, Could you imagine being on the road? Could you imagine being on the road 300 days a year and having to carry a Burmese python to the ring and back and forth, back and forth? It will wear your body out. Mutation Creation in the building. What's up, Billy? Hey, balls to you. Thank you. Man, I wish I would have got to keep him a little longer, but it was an amazing show, man. We had Jake the Snake. Next week, I'm bringing on the queen of corn snakes. I don't know if y'all know Kathleen Love, man. Icon in the reptile hobby. So stay tuned until next week, man. Short episode. He had COVID, but we still got him. So Jake the Snake Roberts, big reptile talk. Until next time, man. I'll holler at all y'all. Thank you for showing up, man. Peace. You know what we got to do. This podcast is brought to you by Mile High Mutations. Make sure y'all go hit him up. Got amazing, amazing snakes. Check out my guy Morph Ambitions. Amazing snakes, amazing mulch. Large Morse. I love you, brother. Thank you for sponsoring the channel. MKL Exotics, amazing, amazing snakes. Produces quality hognose snakes. Frost Critters, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Mad River Serpents and Ravery, man, I love you, brother. Thank you for supporting the channel and being a sponsor. You already know Ball Pythons. Amazing, amazing clutches over there, man. I love you, brother. Thank you for supporting the channel. Matt Yates, Reptile Company. Y'all go check him out. He's producing high-quality snakes. Ball of Hands Pythons, man. Undercover brother has a lot of hitters over there. King's Reptiles, man. Husband and wife duo producing high quality snakes. Until next time, man. This is Big Reptile. Short but good, brother. I appreciate that, man. J-Max said, how do you beat that interview? Hey, man, until next time, man, this is Big Reptile Talking. We out of here, man.
Whoa, Big Reptile Talk. Yeah, we working. Talking about service. Big Reptile Talk. When it comes to talking about snakes, yeah.